And then he got down on one knee in the camera fall, which is like here. I'll show you the actual ring. Don't even like that.
Don't think it's like that.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. You may have seen, if you follow us on Instagram, that we recently got engaged. It's been about a month now, and we thought we'd make a video telling you how it happened and also answering some questions about my ring and yeah, just kind of giving you the details. So let me take you back to 2023 when we said that we would go and look at engagement rings together. I wanted to try some on so that I knew what shape I wanted and what type of setting I wanted, because I was sort of a little unsure. And we'd always talked about engagement rings and getting engaged ever since we first met. We knew it would sort of happen in the future, and so we thought, why not try them on together? And then I've got a bit of time to like figure out what I want, because
You kept changing your mind like constantly.
yeah, and I'm an interior designer, so I love the little design elements. Since modeling, I've tried so many different styles, like in clothing and makeup and hair, and I've really enjoyed them, and otherwise I would have never like picked them. So I was like, now I'm stuck, because I thought I knew what I wanted, but actually I want to go try some other things on just in case I like them more. And so we said we would do it, and then the whole of 2023 went by and we didn't go at all. I remember having a conversation with you being like, hey, we said we'd go look at engagement rings, and like time's just flown by, and we're now
been a year and a half.
Yeah,
we haven't gone,
and like time's flown by and we're in a new house now. And then shortly after moving, we went and tried engagement rings on, and that video is also up on my Instagram. Maybe Ryan can put it up here so you can see me trying on different engagement rings. So we went to Cullen Jewelry. That was our first choice to go and look at engagement rings. That I think is probably the reason why he proposed so soon.
Yeah, once we locked in what you actually liked and what looked good.
Yeah.
And then you didn't change your mind off that for a while. A little bit, but you kept coming back to that one particular setting. So I'm like, locked it in.
Yeah, I think that was so good
for
me, because I could try things on and go, okay, I definitely like this and I definitely like this. And yeah, it was also kind of fun because we got to learn about all the different things that you can choose within your main stone, because that was something that we were kind of unsure about. We were like, oh well, I know that I want a single stone, but I don't know what clarity it's going to be, or what color, or whether I want to have a moissanite or a lab grown diamond, because I do love a rainbow sparkle.
And they went through all of that in the consultation, like explaining it all, because again, I had no idea. And
it's completely free. Like, that is insane. And we got sized as well, and you got to look at some wedding bands for yourself. And the thing for me was I wanted to pick my engagement ring. Firstly, I wanted to pick my engagement ring because I'm wearing it for the rest of my life. So I wanted something that I really liked and that represented me and us, and that was something like in my style. And secondly, I wanted my engagement ring to match my wedding band, because they will always live in a stack, and so that's one of the reasons why I also wanted to go try them on. And so we did that in like August. It was the 1st of August, which is National Girlfriend Day.
Actually, yeah, that's right.
And then like we kind of just went about life. You know, every so often I'll tease him to be like, oh, I wish I could propose soon. Oh, I wish I had a ring on my finger. Just kind of like as a joke, but also like, yeah, it would be nice.
And I kept giving really good excuses as to why it won't happen until next year. The year after.
So yeah, I didn't really think about it, and then our anniversary came about, and usually we go away to like an Airbnb somewhere in Victoria and we spend a couple of days like out in nature. But this year we wanted to save some money, so instead of paying like $1,000 to go somewhere, we thought we'll just stay at home and we'll treat our home like an Airbnb. And then we ended up going to the Ashcombe Maze Garden in Shoreham. This is somewhere that I've been before with my friends, and I really enjoyed it, and I don't think you've ever been. No. We went and we had a picnic. Was that your idea or was that my idea?
Mine. It was my idea to go to a few gardens, have a nice little picnic.
So it was his idea. And then we stopped by the strawberry farm, because the last time I went there with my friends, we went to the strawberry farm and they had some really good like premium strawberries. And then we got to the maze garden, and as we were walking in, I said to Ryan, be careful, the strawberries are going to fall out of the picnic basket.
I was juggling like picnic basket and blanket and jacket. And
you weren't. I have a video of you holding the picnic basket, which you can put up here. It was a really like big basket, and he was really fussy on the basket that we took, because I have this other blue one which doesn't look that great, and he was really fussy. He wanted to make it look pretty. And I was like, oh, maybe it's just for the content because we'll, you know, take some photos or, you know, get a couple of videos. So he was holding that basket and it was kind of swinging a bit and my strawberries fell out and I was devastated. Like, you could smell how good these strawberries were and I was devastated that he dropped them. And he didn't just drop them like on the grass, but he dropped them like right
on the doormat of the entry.
On the doormat, on the concrete, right in front of the door where so many people would have walked through with their dirty shoes and there'd be so many germs on that particular like area of floor. And you were panicking, I think, at this point.
Panicking because I didn't want the whole proposal to be ruined over a punnet of strawberries.
So yeah, so then we had a little picnic, we played some games. We actually have some video of it because we took a little video to like add into something, which we actually never did.
No. This made it for this.
Yeah, for this. And then I wanted to actually walk around and have a look at the area because I haven't been there in years. And Ryan was like, no, let's go over there to like that sunny patch where it's...
It was getting dark. It was like 5 o'clock at that point and the sun was going low.
Also, when we walked in, as you walk down through the cafe, you come into this like big open green area with like lots of big trees. But we walked out and I was like, wow, this would be a perfect spot to propose, you know, like kind of like, not joking, but like thinking that it was going to happen in the future. And we wanted to take some photos of that spot. So after the picnic, he was like, oh, the sun's on that side, let's go over there. And I was like, no, let's go down to the end of the garden and then loop our way back around. And he's like, no, it's sunny there, let's go there first.
Go there and take some photos while the sun's out.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, sure, like, fine. And then we went over and I actually took some photos of him on my camera standing in the location before he proposed because I was taking test shots for like a proposal, but like in the future. So here are those ones. You kind of don't look annoyed, but you're kind of like, I think in your head you're like, hurry up. Cause
I was waiting for you to be like, oh, these look okay. We can take some photos here.
Yeah.
It's not about the photos.
And then you took some photos of me. Yeah. Because I had my camera in my hand and I gave it to you and you took some photos instead of putting it away, which is what I meant. But I was like, oh, cool, I'd get some photos. Which here, moments before I was proposed to and didn't know. And then the actual proposal, you have the whole thing on video, so we'll like play the start. So I was kind of standing there waiting, and while I was standing there I was looking at the cafe and looking for my friend Brooke because she's a photographer. And I said to Ryan when he proposes that I would like to have a photographer there to capture the moment and also so we can take some like engagement photos afterwards because it's kind of more exciting in the moment than to kind of go back and do like engagement photos. So I was kind of looking for her because I was like, if he's gonna propose then she'll have to be here. And then he walked over to me and instead of like walking over to me and like standing like this to like take a photo, you walked over and you took my hands and then you kind of turned me to the side. I remember saying it to him in the video going, this feels weird. And then he was like, close your eyes. And so I closed my eyes and then we could just hear the camera fall. Which is like, here, we'll put it up because it was really funny. So he was like, oh, the camera fell. So he went to go pick it up. And as I'm standing there with my eyes closed, like off to the side, I'm like, are you just teasing me? And I remember what you said. You said, I wouldn't do that. But it's the way you said it with your voice. Like the tone in your voice was like, oh, I wouldn't do that to you. Not even like that.
Don't think I said it like that.
I don't know, I can't replicate it, but it sounded like you had emotion in your voice. That's the best way that I can describe it.
Okay.
And you said, no, I wouldn't do that to you. And so I'm standing there with my eyes closed, waiting for him to pick the camera up. And I had the sun like beaming on my face. It was actually quite nice. And I was standing there like trying not to smile. Because I was like, if you're not teasing me, then is it actually about to happen? So then he came back and he had a bunch of flowers, which you can see here in the video. So he had bought me flowers by Studio Allison? Studio, I'm not really sure how to say the end bit, but she makes bunches of flowers using silk and they're handmade and they are fake flowers, but they look incredible. So he had bought me one of them, which was so sweet because I actually wanted one of them. And the first thing I said was, oh, that's so cute, I'm gonna cry. I pretty much said it like that. I'm actually really proud of that reenactment.
That was actually pretty accurate.
And yeah, but the first thing that I did was I looked over and I could see Brooke standing there next to Ryan's phone. So I was like, okay, it is actually about to happen. And then he got down on one knee.
Yeah, and then I had a little speech that I planned out, but I tried to see if I could memorize it. But I just knew in the moment that I would forget my words,
get
emotional, something, and I knew I'd just forget it. So I ended up writing it down on a bit of paper to take with me so that I got on one knee and I whipped out the bit of paper and I read it.
But yeah, this is the bit of him actually proposing. And I didn't think I'd be one of those people that cried when I was proposed to, but I was actually tearing up and like wiping tears away. I think because I was so surprised.
And I just did so well of hiding it.
Yeah. In Ryan's words, he gaslit me the whole time to tell me that he wasn't going to propose. Yeah. But it's the best sort of gaslighting that you can get. Gaslighting.
It's the only time it's acceptable because you're trying to surprise them.
The best sort of gaslighting that you can get is when they're planning a surprise for you that you know is really special and they're trying to hide it from you.
But in saying that as a surprise, the day that I came home from Cullen Jewellery, so I went and picked it up and you were away from home. So I went out.
I don't remember what I was doing, but yeah, I was.
I picked up the ring, came home and was trying to figure out where to hide it, where to keep it. I only needed to hide it for like a week because then the proposal was like a week after. So I decided on my sock drawer because we've lived here for a year and I think once seen you go into my sock drawer.
We haven't lived here for a year.
Nearly a year. And I've only seen you go through my sock drawer once. So I put it in the back of my sock drawer, hid it with a pair of black undies, put all socks hidden around it. I think I got video of it to put in. And that day I was laying in bed. She came from her dressing room, opened my sock drawer, and like my heart actually jumped. I was in like just confusion and shock of, oh no, like she's actually just gonna find it the day I brought it home.
I do actually remember you kind of looking up in bed going, what are you doing? But I didn't really think much of it.
Yeah, and I didn't want to make a scene of like, get out of my socks, because then you'd be like, why? Why are you not letting me look in your socks?
What are you hiding in your socks?
So I just had to like swallow it down and just sit there and watch you until you eventually close the drawer. Don't hide rings in sock drawers, even if you think they've never looked.
Can we also just like clarify something here? The most bait spot that you could hide a ring is in like your underwear or your sock drawer.
But you had zero suspicion there was a ring in the house. And I knew that because I was doing such a good job of lying to you about it, that I knew you wouldn't have any clue there was a ring. If you knew there was a ring, you'd look in my bottom drawer.
I wouldn't.
Then you'd probably look in my sock drawer.
I wouldn't.
But if you were to try to look and find a ring.
But I wouldn't try and look and find a ring.
But if you were to look.
Okay, here's something else that we need to clarify, right? Ryan has 5 drawers in his wardrobe. For Christmas and my birthday, which is like 9 days apart, we decided that the bottom drawer of his 5 drawers was going to be where he hid my presents, and so I wasn't allowed to look there. And I was like, fine, great, I know where my presents are hidden. That way I won't accidentally stumble upon them if I'm, you know, walking through or like getting something for you. I don't know, you know, somewhere in the house. And my presents for him for Christmas were hidden behind my dresses in my wardrobe that had my long hanging dresses in it, and he knew that too. So we knew where the presents were hidden, and it was just a thing of like, just don't look there. I love surprises, so the whole time for Christmas and my birthday I did not look into that drawer once, because if I looked in there, all I would be doing is spoiling the surprise for myself on Christmas Day or my birthday. You know, and like I will eventually see them. I just want to be able to see them on those days and open it and feel special. You know,
don't want to ruin the surprise for yourself. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. So if I knew that or had a suspicion that there was a ring in the house, I wouldn't go looking for it, because one, I know what it looks like because I chose it, and secondly, I don't want to ruin the surprise of if there is one. Then,
you know it's happening soon.
Yeah, then I know it's happening.
And I was taking no chances on that.
So he hid it in his sock drawer. Like, also, a little like...
Once, we've been here for 10 months. One time you've looked into my sock drawer to get a pair of socks.
Okay.
Once. Every other drawer I reckon you've gone in more.
You should have known that at some point I could potentially go into your sock drawer, because it's something of yours that I do wear. I don't wear your shorts, I don't wear your jeans, I rarely wear your jackets, I don't wear your shoes, I don't wear your underwear, I wear your pajama t-shirts and your socks. I don't even steal your t-shirts.
I'll reiterate. One time in 10 months you've gone in my sock drawer. That's case closed.
Because I bought myself more socks.
Exactly.
But sometimes I run out of white socks because I wear them more.
One time in this house. But that's the reason I did such a good job of hiding them in the back of the sock drawer. I put them with my like big thick work socks, which I knew that if you were going to take socks, you wouldn't have looked through them anyway. But I also originally just hid it amongst all the socks, and you could still see a bit of the green because the bag was like a really dark green and stood out, and you would have known the colour if you had seen it. So I went back, covered it with black underwear, and then covered it in socks, which I'm glad I did, because if I didn't do that, 100% you would have opened it, you would have seen green. And
yeah, and Cullen Jewelry has a really like unique green that
it's very similar to like this.
Yeah.
And you would know the colour.
Yeah,
the
I would have known the colour.
It would have just been,
Yeah, so well done to you. You did hide it really well. So yeah, I grabbed a sock. I pretty much like grabbed the first sock that was at the front, shut the door.
I disagree. I swear you were in there for like a minute.
I wasn't. You
like you stood there and like picking through. That's what it seemed like.
It probably seemed like it to you.
Like the longest, probably 3 seconds.
I was half
like
asleep. I wanted to get into bed. I literally opened the drawer and grabbed that one, shut the drawer, put my socks on and went to bed. So I think that you can probably tell us about the process of ordering the ring and what it was like and how you felt and all of that, because usually for like stuff like this we would probably order it together, or I would ask you like, what do you think of this and what do you think of this, and then we'd sort of like make a decision together. But this was like all you, and I had obviously no idea that he was doing it, and you even deleted your emails, you said, in case I went into your email, or if it like popped up on his phone or something like that.
The consultation we did, they sent through like all the details of the stuff that you like. So they sent, you know, what sizes we both were, which ones that you did like, the stone sizes you liked, the stone types you liked. So all that information I still had from the email of the consultation. So that made it really easy, because
you didn't have to remember it all.
With the stone, same thing, like all the information that they went through in the consultation, so that we knew what the actual stones were and like how to select a stone. They had the charts and stuff on screen to show the difference and stuff, and also the actual diamonds in person to look at. So it definitely helped, like hearing it from them and seeing it in person.
I should probably also like show you the actual ring. I don't know if the camera's gonna like... So this is my ring. It is a oval diamond with a hidden halo underneath. It is this Emma setting, and if you don't already know, we got it from Cullen Jewelry, who we've been talking about this whole video. So this is the setting on the website, so you can see it. I was sort of tossing up between getting like a single stone or whether I get like a couple of little stones on either side. But I chose a single stone because the wedding band that I wanted was a little bit more ornate. So I felt like together they would make like a balanced stack.
You wanted a low set?
Yeah, so basically my ring, I might just have to include a photo here because otherwise it's just not going to focus. I'll include a photo of a high set ring and my ring, which is a low set ring. And the reason for that is I didn't want the ring to stick up from my hand too far. I just preferred it to be a bit flatter against my hand because I didn't want to like knock it on things. I'm notorious for like knocking my arms on things.
And they can also just like be uncomfortable if they hit your other fingers.
I also like the look of a low set ring, and because of that, when I was also looking at stone sizes, again we'll insert a clip of me looking at stone sizes. When I was looking at or thinking about the size, it wasn't necessarily about like, well, I want a 3-carat ring because it looks really good, you know, like, or like it's so expensive. It was about it being proportionate to my hand. As I've mentioned before, when I was looking to design my ring, balance was the word that I was kind of like always coming back to, and that's a very designer thing of me because being an interior designer, I always wanted to make sure things were balanced in the interiors, and balance can happen in a lot of different ways. So for me, one of the things was having a stone that felt like the right size for my hand, and that's including like with the wedding band as well, because I didn't want to have a huge stone that just looked disproportionate, and I didn't want to have a really tiny stone that also looked disproportionate. Like I wanted something like in between. So when Ryan was looking at the stones that they had available when he was ordering the ring, or before he actually ordered the ring, he was looking at the measurements of the stone, and when we looked it up, like on average the measurements sort of vary by a couple of mil, so they are very slight, you know, very slight differences. But then on the hand you can sort of tell, but they do look similar, because you can get lots of diamonds at the same carat size but have slightly different measurements, because they are all a little bit, you know, a little bit unique. This is the bag, and then this was the little box that it comes in, and when you open it you get some information. So we've got a little diamond report, and then it also came with a couple of brochures. This is for women's wedding bands and this one is for men's wedding bands. And then there is jewelry insurance, which is something that I didn't know about or thought I had to get, so that's really handy that this was included. So it's something that we know that we need to get after getting the ring. And then in the box you get a cleaning cloth, which I've obviously taken out of the packet, the ring box, and it also came with a little cloth,
like a travel pouch.
Yeah, a travel pouch, which I'll insert a photo of here. That is currently in my bag in case I need to take my ring off or anything. I can pop it in the travel pouch. Yeah, this is the ring box, and as you can see, these two colors,
yeah, they match,
are like a perfect match. And I wore this dress by complete accident for the proposal. It's a dress from You and All. I showed you, I think, before we left, going, should I wear this? And you're like, yeah, it looks cute. Did you know that it matched the box?
If I say yes, will you be more impressed?
Obviously.
Absolutely not.
I was kind of wishing that I was wearing white because Ryan was wearing white, but then I saw the ring box match my dress and I was very happy about it. This is the ring box, and obviously it opens up and it says Cullen Jewelry on the inside. There we go. And if I take my ring off and pop it back into the box, this is what it looks like. Will you marry us? I feel like I'm like proposing to you. Yeah, this is what the ring box looks like. Yeah, it was super pretty. It was really sunny when he proposed, so the light was like bouncing off the stone. It was, yeah, really pretty.
Yeah.
So that is basically how we got proposed and how Ryan went through.
How we got proposed? How we got engaged?
That's what I meant to say. I'm tired.
Yeah, long day.
So basically that is how we got engaged, and the process of Ryan ordering the ring, the process of us actually trying rings on. We will be going back to Cullen Jewelry for our wedding bands, because I saw a wedding band that I really liked, and you decided, I think, on what you want for your wedding band.
Yep. And I had no idea, so that was actually really good to try the different materials on, try the different colours.
And Ryan's not a jewellery person at all, so I think this really helped him clarify what he liked for a wedding band, because he doesn't wear any other jewellery to compare it off. So he had to literally go and put them on his finger and go, do I like that or do I not like that? That's basically it. I have started engagement party planning and wedding planning, which we'll probably get into in another video. But if you have any questions for us regarding the ring, the proposal,
wedding planning,
leave them down in the comments below and we will be sure to answer them or make a video on them. So if you like wedding content, then stay tuned, but equally if you don't, there'll be other stuff sprinkled in between as well. I did drop a lot of hints along the way. They do pay off, can confirm. But yeah, that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. We're at 180,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane, but thank you so much. We're back next week with an exciting video, which we've had in the planning for a while. We're finally doing it, so I'm very excited. But yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.